Today, we're having a look at nobody's favorite superhero, Aquaman. So back with the rehash, this is episode 2 and we're having a look at Aquaman. He kind of gets a bad rap. I think that's about to change, very shortly we'll have more people saying that Aquaman is their favorite. Maybe a few more girls will like Aquaman than they liked him before. Aquaman's kind of got this thing of being nobody's favorite superhero, So when a friend at work told me that I had to have a look at volume 7 of Aquaman from 2011, Aquaman is going to be amazing, especially from 2011. It's going to be fantastic. I downloaded it and already on the first page I was hooked. I was absolutely hooked. This is not the Aquaman that you're used to. He's not this guy. The Aquaman you find on Jeff Johns' pages in volume 7 is outstanding. It's self-aware, it's self-deprecating, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. Aquaman's a bit of a meme at this point, talking to fish and breathing underwater. The Marvel version of Aquaman, you don't even know his name because that's how forgettable. It's Fish Boy, Underwater Man, the Sub-mariner, Dolphin Boy. I think it's that one. Just a crash course in Aquaman. He's the king of Atlantis. He's got immense strength. He can jump super high. He can breathe underwater. He has almost impenetrable skin, kind of like a shark in a way. He's got that scale armor, his gold shirt. It isn't just a gold shirt, that's gold armor. He has that awesome golden trident as well. And we see him use that trident in the first issue. It's awesome. So what is it about volume 7 from 2011 that makes it such good reading? I would recommend, if you're not really into comics, give this a try. There's 4 issues and you can download them relatively cheaply. And just read those 4 issues. They're 24 or 25 pages each. Ivan Reis has drawn for both Marvel and DC, as well as some independents. And he's worked on Captain Marvel, he's worked on the Avengers, he's worked on Batman, he's worked on Green Lantern, he's worked on Aquaman. And he's done so many great things. The way he draws characters are so expressive and so detailed. Something I have to admit as a Marvel fan is that the drawings I find in DC pages are superior. They're more detailed and just the quality is just definitely up a notch. And a lot of that is at the hands of Ivan Reis. Reis is subtle. There's a moment between Mira and one of the others, a very attractive woman, and there's this jealousy sort of competition playing out between them, but it's so subtle and it's just between the frames, just 2 or 3 frames, and it just sets it all up. Just a look between the 2 of them, and they're in the background. Normally those are just a blurry, just half quick sketch, but you can see the dynamic playing out between those 2, and it's really enjoyable. Just 2 or 3 frames tells the full story. That's what Reis does. Jeff Johns has written an incredible character here. So the big thing that kicks off volume 7 is the story arc called The Trench. There's 4 issues. So getting into the trench, what is the trench? In these 4 issues, they pack a lot of information in there. There's this breed of creature. They kind of look like piranhas that are humanoid, and they've got these massive teeth and massive eyes, and they seem very simple in their motivations. All they want is food. They see any kind of creature as food, and they're just obsessed with food. They're almost zombie-like in that way. These guys are known simply as the Trench, big T, and they live in the trench, small t, which is in the Mariana Trench. So they're very low down, deep in the water. That's why they've got the huge eyes and so on. So for some reason the trench, capital T, come up from the trench and they find a ship. They overtake that ship and they eat everybody, they kill everybody on board. And as they're standing on the deck of this ship, they see in the distance the lights of Amnesty Bay, and they say there's more food there. And so they head out. When the Trench arrive in Amnesty Bay, they just fall on the townsfolk and they're killing people, they're wrapping them up in these cocoons. When Aquaman arrives, he deals with them very swiftly. He has Mira with him, she can control water, and she just makes light work of these guys. Him and Mira are an incredible dynamite team. They sort this thing out, no problem. But the townsfolk still aren't all that grateful, you know. They kind of say, oh, why don't you know what these things are? So Aquaman finds one of the cocoons, tears it open, and inside is a dog. Seeing the dog alive and well gives them hope for the townfolk who have been taken off by the trench to the trench. And so Aquaman and Mera set off to go and find them. What I enjoy about this book is the humor. There's this element of being aware of who Aquaman is and not making any illusions of the fact that he's not that well liked. Those first few pages sold me on this Aquaman. He stops a robbery and he lands superhero pose in the middle of the street. There's the armed robbers coming in their big van, and they say, is that Aquaman? And they're laughing. One of them is laughing, that's amazing, Aquaman, what's he doing here? There's no sharks, there's no fish here, what's he doing? And the police are coming in and they're like, oh no, is that Aquaman? What's he doing here? But anyway, he resolves that situation and he's chatting to the cops afterwards. And they say, do you need a glass of water? Why are you so far away from the water? Why are you even here? And Aquaman is like, well, I heard the sirens from the bay, so I thought I'd come and help. Like, thanks, I guess. You know, they're like they're not very appreciative. So he just bounds away, he's gone. And you know, that's just that whole exchange just endears you so much to the character, because you just realize, you know, he just really wants to do something cool. He's just trying to be a hero and nobody's really wants him to be, you know. They don't accept him, and that sucks, you know. I think it's a nice human touch that we can kind of all relate to a little bit, and I think that's what's endearing about it. So this is kind of how I want to tackle comic books. I don't want to get all, you know, inside baseball on this thing. I want you to see the value of picking up a comic if you haven't done so since you were a kid, because there's some really great content out there, and I think that anybody can enjoy a comic. So if you're a hardcore comic reader, I probably haven't even skimmed the surface for you, and that's probably a little disappointing. Feel free to engage me on Twitter, in the comments, whatever. Let's chat, let's get a bit more in depth. With these videos, I just want to kind of show what's out there, what people can get into. Comics is an incredible art form, and it's one worth checking out. So guys, let me know if there's any comics that you'd like me to talk about, any superheroes that you'd like to talk about. Who's your least favorite superhero? Let me know. I just wanted to thank everybody for the amazing feedback I got from episode 1 of the Rehash. Really valued your comments. We've already made changes to the lighting and to the sound. Shout out to Richard for lending me the most incredible Rode mic ever. This is why you can hear me properly. So shout out to Richard, thank you. Shout out to Paul for recommending the light setup that I have going on here. Look how nice and light it is. It doesn't look like I'm recording in a cupboard anymore, and it doesn't sound like I'm recording in a cupboard anymore. So thank you so much. Thank you so much to everybody who gave me feedback personally. This time, give me a comment on YouTube. So I guess we've got to finish off with the subscribe and all that sort of thing. So there's a button over yeah, just kind of press it. There we go. Press the subscribe. It's not actually on the video, it's below. It's down here, big red button, you can't miss it. Give the video a like on YouTube. On Facebook's fine, but on YouTube it really helps. Cool guys.